YouTube, what it do? It's your boy, All Day Ray, Cannabis Ray. You know what I'm saying? Raymond Saunders. Again, I just wanted to touch base with you guys about the cannabis plant. Um, uh, One thing I want to say is I have a passion for plants, you guys. And during this passion, I realized and started asking and telling myself, well, cannabis, that's a plant, right? So I went, looked up the definition of plant. Cannabis falls under the definition of plant. So with that said, as I'm sitting here going through, my plants and, getting to know plants and how they work, I realized that what the law says about cannabis being illegal is not right, and it's not how it's supposed to be. First thing I want to say is that cannabis was once legal in the first place. So they took something that was legal and made it illegal. No. And not only that, they made it illegal and put it as a Schedule 1, like with cocaine and heroin, crack. Are you kidding me? No. That's not how it's supposed to be. In fact, the cannabis plant does not belong in any drug category. The cannabis plant belongs in the plant category, because that's what it is. There's nothing to debate or debunk about that. That's just the truth, and that's just facts. Cannabis is a plant, y'all. So thankful again that I've gotten into plants, and that's what helped me realize that what the law says is not right, and it never should have been that way. And for so long, a lot of people, myself included, have been looking at that plant the wrong way, as if, first of all, as if it is a bad thing. Second, as if it's, against the law, which I know now, I don't care what the law says, I know that that's not the case. Again, no plant on this earth is illegal. I'll get to the poppy plant at another date. That's another plant that they deemed illegal, but no plant on this earth is illegal. And again, it's getting to the point to where a lot of things that man are saying out here, I really don't really care what man says anymore about a lot of stuff. Really, I'm going what nature tells me. I was telling somebody the other day that I'm more in tune with nature right now than I am with people. And it's a good thing. Because right now, I'm not saying everybody, but man, I don't know what people got going on out here, but nature is showing me a whole nother side of life and perspective on life. And it starts with these plants. Again, anytime I speak about cannabis, all you're going to hear me say is cannabis plant. Not cannabis drug, not cannabis medicine. Now, I'll get into all that later. We're just going to start at what it is, at its most purest form, naturally. Cannabis is a plant, y'all. You don't have to say anything else past that. That's another problem. People want to get into, oh, what does it do? And they're thinking about it too much. And then they've been so brainwashed by the law that they're looking at this plant the wrong way. Nobody should be condemning this plant. Nobody should be downing this plant. That's just not what it is. So what I want to tell you guys tonight is that this year, 2020, I'm on my cannabis campaign, and when I say that, I'm in the state of Mississippi. I see there are a few states that have it. They're making it legal recreationally and medicinally. I can't remember the numbers. I also see that they're trying to, at the federal level, decriminalize and unclassify it as any type of scheduled drug. They need to reclassify it as a plant in the plant kingdom and put it back with plants where it belongs. See what I mean? Once again, I was not thinking like this 20 years ago. So I didn't care about it, about the law and about it being illegal. But now that I have a passion for plants, and just knowing how plants work, nature's telling me that cannabis is not illegal. There's just no way. There's no way people out here should be getting in trouble, getting arrested, getting their homes invaded, and having their plants taken from them. See how I'm saying just plants? Because once again, with that said, I should be doing 2 life sentences with all these plants that I have back here. I know it's dark right now, but there's nothing but plants. So for them to say, oh, you can't have cannabis plants, it does not add up. It don't make sense. You know why? Because that's not how it's supposed to be. So again, I'm doing this for those who may not understand plants, or just maybe following the law without thinking. I mean, you guys gotta start asking questions about things and researching and realizing, like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. Cannabis is not illegal, again, for it being a plant. I'm not going to say anything beyond that. It's a plant, y'all. It's a plant like this. It grows just like this. Cannabis grows like any other plant on this earth. That's another reason why I know it's not illegal. Based on that fact, on how plants, they start out as seeds. Seeds turn into roots. Roots turn into stems. Stems turn into branches. Branches form the leaves. And then whatever type of plant it is, it produces its produce. Henceforth, you got orange produce, apple produce, pear produce, you got pepper produce, eggplant produce, watermelon produce, and you know what else goes in that category? Cannabis produce. It's no different. And with that being said, that's not illegal, for it being a plant and how plants work. I really need this law to change here in the state of Mississippi. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start looking into the Mississippi cannabis laws, see what, laws they have in place. I'm also going to look at the federal, see where it stands at the federal, you know, at the federal level. Study that, because really I just need to study the laws, because there's nothing that, you know, the law enforcement's, you know, FBI, DEA, cops, whoever can tell me about a plant being a plant. You know what I mean? And again, I feel like if I was to go to court, I would be able to hold my own, especially if I knew the cannabis laws plus the knowledge that I have for plants. You know? There's nothing, again, nobody can debate or debunk about what I'm saying, because it's the truth. There's nothing you can say other than, yeah, you're right. Cannabis is a plant. It's a plant, y'all. And, you know, you guys have been looking at it wrong for a long time. Been brainwashed to think that it's bad, to be paranoid, to worry about, you know, getting arrested for it. Really? You don't get arrested for having oranges in your car. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm using that other, you know, plant produce as examples. Like, it's the same thing. You know, I could be riding around with oranges, apples, pears, lettuce, tomatoes. That all grows from a plant, right? Same thing. So, I can have all that, but I can't have cannabis produce, cannabis flowers that grows from that plant. That doesn't make sense. Why can't I have plants with plants? See what I mean? Because that's not how it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be able to have cannabis plants amongst all these other plants that I have here. That's just how nature is telling me. I really don't care what man or the law says no more. I'm beyond that, because nature has told me that cannabis is not illegal. No plant on this earth is illegal. Again, I'll get to the poppy plant at another time, but the poppy plant's another plant that's illegal. But I'm trying to get y'all to understand that no plant on this earth is illegal. Period. So again, y'all, it's getting to the point. Anything that man says, I'm not really listening to it. You know, because man, not all men, but man got a lot of things messed up on this earth, man. And like I said, I'm more in tune with nature right now than I am with people. And it's a good thing. You know, be surprised at some of the things that I see out here, because I'm in tune with nature. You know what I mean? And again, I have a passion for plants, and I realized finally that I should be able to grow cannabis plants without having to go to jail, or without having them come raid my house, or losing a job because of what the law says. And again, I'm above and beyond what the law says now, because I know the law is not right, especially when it comes to the cannabis. Now again, I'm seeing there is a movement and a change, you know, across the states, where, you know, the decriminalization and making it legal again is starting to gain some ground. But where I'm at in Mississippi, I need to take action, you know, because I need this done as quick as possible, because again, I can enjoy my passion for growing and, growing plants like I want because the law says I can't grow cannabis plants. No, that's not it. That's not it. And appreciate those who do understand where I'm coming from, but I'm also speaking to those who just follow the law and don't ask no questions, or those who may not think about it like I am. Like I said, I wasn't thinking like this 20 years ago, y'all. So again, when I look back at all the things that we were doing with that plant back in the day, thinking we were, doing something wrong, hiding it from our parents, worrying about getting pulled over. No, we weren't doing anything only because the law said so. And when you have, I always ask people who are into plants how they feel about cannabis plants, and one of the best answers I got was from this 83-year-old woman who, when I asked, how do you feel about cannabis plants, she said, Ray, that plant was put on this earth for healing. So I'm going to go with what she says. 83 years old, I mean, that's a lot of knowledge there, a lot of time here. And that's the truth. So again, I want to tell y'all how else I've grown up. It's not about getting high anymore. It's all about getting healed. I'll give y'all an example. My mom has multiple sclerosis, okay? The doctor sent her home with all types of pharmaceuticals, morphine, Dilaudid, all that stuff. And what she told me was, Ray, cannabis plants work better than any pharmaceutical that the doctor has ever prescribed her. That says a lot. And so with that said, is I'm fighting for my mom. If cannabis was legal how it's supposed to be, I could be growing plants and helping my mom out, or anybody else who can be healed from different ailments or diseases with this plant. I'm also fighting for myself, who has a passion for plants, who knows now that I should be able to have plants amongst plants. See, I'm not calling cannabis anything but a plant, because that's all it is. Some people who, I get to talking to them, they always want to get into, oh, well, it does this, or don't. Listen, let's talk about it just being a plant. Before it's anything, that's what it is, right? I looked up the definition of plant. Cannabis falls under the Webster's Dictionary of Plant, the Plantae Kingdom. Herbs. I saw an interview with Bob Marley saying it's just a plant. That's it. And for any man to say that we're not allowed, they can't do that. How you can't? Nature, no, you can't. It's illegal to make it illegal. You know what I mean? Y'all can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Man has got a lot of things in this world just all messed up. And I'm here to change that, and to make people realize that you guys got to stop condemning that plant, stop looking at it as a bad thing, and embracing it. Things would be so much better if cannabis was legal and people could use it how they wanted to use it. It just gets to me when I There's a lot of people I know who love doing it, who still would love to, but can't, either because they're worried about what other people say, um, their job, or this dumbass law that they have in place. So law needs to be changed. Now, if the law changes and it's legal again, and if your job doesn't want you to have it in your system, then I guess that's that. But as far as it being illegal, that's got to change. There's just no way. There's no way. So once again, I got to look into the Mississippi cannabis laws, and I need to see it at a federal level and see what's gonna take to get this initiative going to change this law back. And I need it to where I can grow. I guess there's still going to be some type of limitations and all this other stuff they're going to tax. That's fine. But the point of the matter is that this law needs to be changed back. Like, they should have never have made the plant illegal in the first damn place. And the things that they were doing to give it a bad name, like reefer madness, it don't do that. I don't say marijuana because there's a story behind that too. You know what I mean? Kind of a prejudice type story as to why they was calling it marijuana. So I don't really like to use that word. It's cannabis. So you say marijuana, I'll be like, I don't really know what you're talking about, because I don't use that word. Just got to know your history a little bit. I don't want to break that down right now, but and again, I always say, just like any other plant I have, what if I just want to grow it just to look? Does anybody ever think about the beauty of the plant? You know what I mean? Just like any other plant that I have out here. Because again, I will use it as an example. Boy, if I was to have some cannabis plants back here, and they're coming to, either arrest me or come take my plants, you know what I'm going to tell them? You guys are not just taking my cannabis plants. You guys are going to take every damn plant in this yard, because that's all you're taking. How are you just going to just bypass all these other plants, but you're just going to take the cannabis plants? No. Officer, you guys are going to have a lot of work. If you're taking my cannabis plants, take every plant that I got in this yard then, because that's all you're taking. Again, I don't classify cannabis as a drug. It's not a drug. It's not in the drug category. It's a plant. It belongs in the Plante Kingdom category. People got to start realizing that again. Stop condemning it and looking at it as a bad thing, when really you guys are keeping yourself from something that, makes you happy, it heals you, and it's something that's not supposed to be illegal, period. So I'm doing what I can to try to get this moving where I'm at. Like I said, I have a passion for plants, y'all. I'm a landscaper, but I also just love plants. I love growing them. I love looking at them. And like I said, I got to thinking, I'm out here, I'm like, man, I can't grow cannabis plants. That's all I kept saying. I can't grow cannabis plants. I can't grow cannabis plants. And then, me, I ask questions. Why? It doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because that's not how it's supposed to be. I don't know why they did that, but cannabis should have never been made illegal. And like I said, you guys, including myself, have been looking at it all wrong all these years, man. Like, you guys have been doing something wrong. It's no difference than me having an orange tree, having a pepper plant, eggplant, cannabis plant. See how it goes in the plant category? I'm not listing it under no drugs. Who puts it under Schedule 1, cocaine and heroin? Are you fucking kidding me? No. No. So, I'm making this video for those, shout out to those who do understand and feel how I feel. It's just, I notice that there are some people out there who do feel how I feel. They're just not as vocal, a little hesitant to speak on it because of, they may care what other people think, or their job, or, finally, this dumbass law that's in place. Nobody should be nervous, worried, ducking and dodging, or whatever for having cannabis plants in their car, in their house, or wherever. I got plants all over the place. So it's only right that I should be able to grow cannabis plants next to all these plants that I have out here. There's just no way around that. Like I said, I don't care. Nobody can debunk this or debate this with me. There's nothing that y'all can say. A plant is a plant. Cannabis is a plant. It grows naturally. And like I said, it's getting to the point where I don't care what man says about a lot of things, because, man's got shit fucked up around here. Not all men, I'm an example. I'm here to show y'all otherwise. Like, you guys got to stop looking at this plant in a bad way. When really, it's good for you. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'll talk about the poppy plant another day. That's another plant that's, the government, whoever's calling illegal. It's that no plants on this earth are illegal. So I just want to, I'm on my cannabis campaign 2020. I'm going to keep talking about it. I got to, like I said, I need to look into the Mississippi cannabis laws. I need to look into the federal law. And then just with me knowing how plants work, I feel I could win in court. Because, again, once I know the laws, and then once I bring to them this plant knowledge, there's really nothing nobody can say. What can you say about me telling you what it is? Cannabis plant is a plant. How are you going to debunk that or say otherwise? There's nothing that anybody can say to that, to what I'm saying, because it's just the truth. Some people don't want the truth out there. Some people know the truth and don't care. Or some people know the truth and want to keep it, to themselves. Like, I'm here just to let everybody know. For those who are not thinking like this, is that cannabis is not illegal, y'all. Y'all gotta get out of that mindset of looking at that plant as a bad thing. Like I said, it's more helpful than it is harmful. And like I said, the 83-year-old woman told me that plant was here for healing. Bob Marley agrees with what I'm saying, that it's just a plant. And, I think things would just be so much better across the globe if cannabis plants were legal how they were supposed to be, and everybody can do whatever they please with them. I'm really good at these plants, y'all. I'm really good at growing stuff, and I want to be able to grow some cannabis plants without getting in trouble. See? Why am I not getting in trouble for growing this plant or these plants? I got plants everywhere. So that's why I get pissed. Well, call the cops on me now then. If cannabis is illegal, which is it's just a plant, well then y'all need to come take me to jail for these plants too then. But better yet, like I said, they just need to make cannabis legal again. You know. 'Cause this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. And like I said, I'm so thankful I got into plants again and it helped me realize this. I'm going to keep being vocal about it because, like I said, I'm reaching people. Like I said, there's people out there who agree, or there's people out there who I got them thinking about it differently now, not just following the dang law without asking questions. You know what I mean? That's not right. And like I said, down here in Ole Miss, they got like their own cannabis farm. Who regulates them? How are they able just to grow cannabis out there and confiscate all the weed and all that? See, that's what I'm saying. We can't. That's not right, man. So again, I'm speaking on this and I'm fighting for those who feel like me but are not going to speak. I'm fighting for my mom who has multiple sclerosis. Man, if I can grow some plants, man, I can take care of my mom. I'm fighting for myself, who knows deep in my heart that what the law says about cannabis plants is not it. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And can't nobody tell me otherwise, because I know in my heart that's what it is. I deal with plants too much. I figured it out. Like I said, I wasn't into plants 20 years ago. It took me to get into plants to realize that the law was full of shit, especially with cannabis. There's just no way. Again, it's no difference in riding with oranges, apples, pears, anything that grows from a plant. Riding around with cannabis plants and produce is the same thing. I should be going to jail for every plant then. That's see what I'm saying? That's just not it. So I'm seeing a change. Look, 2020, I'm on my cannabis campaign. I really need people to step up, voice their opinion, so we can get this changed, man. There's no way, like I said, I should have to worry about, cops and things of that nature over some plants. Again, say I have some cannabis plants here. I tell you, officer, you guys, not only you guys are just taking the cannabis plants, but you know what? Take every damn plant that I have here at this house, because that's what you're taking. You're taking my plants from me, so take all my plants then. You're not just going to take those. Leave my plants where they belong. See what I'm saying? Again, the whole time I've been saying cannabis plants. I haven't been saying cannabis drug. That's where they get you, confused at, looking at it all sideways. No. Cannabis plants belong in the plant category. Again, that's what it is. It's not a drug. Take plants out of drugs. Now, if you want to call it anything after a plant, you know what it is? It's a medicine for healing. And then it has a recreation use, you know what I mean? But again, I'm to the point in my life now where I look at it different. It's not about getting high anymore. It's about getting healed. It's about healing yourself. Has a lot of healing properties naturally. And they saying that's illegal naturally. Some plants that are natural is illegal. Huh? Really? Nah, that's not it. So, I'm gonna continue my cannabis campaign, y'all. I know I'm right. I've had validation. Like I said, anybody who's 80-something years old who agrees with what I'm saying and feels how I feel, that's even more, confirmation that what I'm saying is the truth. Shout out to those who understand where I'm coming from and feel how I feel. And hopefully this will get everybody else out there who just follows the law without asking any questions to really think about, hey, he's got a good point there. Cannabis is a plant. That's it. Cannabis is a plant, y'all. PLANT. I'm gonna keep it simple. That's what I said. I don't have to say anything more after that. So, with that said, y'all, it's 2020. I'm on my cannabis campaign all year. I'm gonna keep getting better at my craft, though. I need to study, Mississippi's cannabis laws, and I need to study what it is, the federal, and see what I can get going to change that. Once I get the law, I'm good, because there's nothing. I already got the plant side. That's what it is. Cannabis is a plant. So anybody out there who's trying to say anything different, they don't know what they're talking about. If you're not calling cannabis a plant, that's what it is. So, once again, all the stuff we used to do back in the day, we wasn't doing nothing wrong back then. We just thought we were because of the law said so. But again, hope everybody checks out my YouTube. I'm gonna be talking about cannabis a lot this year, because I gotta take some type of action. I gotta keep speaking. Right now I'm the main one speaking. People are scared just to even speak on it. I'm not, because I know, I'm supposed to have cannabis plants here. I'm supposed to be able to grow cannabis plants freely without getting in trouble. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, so I'm going to continue to do what I do. I'm going to continue to, talk about this, bring more knowledge to the table, keep informing you guys. If you really want to see another side, check out my Facebook, Raymond Michael Saunders. I have two, but Raymond Michael Saunders is the main one that I use. You can see more of my work and get to know me better that way. If you're new, can you subscribe to the channel? Not only am I into plants and doing landscaping and things of that nature, I done got into music. I got a few partners who are really good, who have done some, some very monumental musical things. So shout out to my homeboy Yellow Nino, Project Stunner. Shout out to my nigga 17, the protege of Pimp C. Shout out to my boy Prize Taylor. Shout out to my homie Woodrow. And new music to come, you know what I mean? So yeah, these plants though, y'all, again, changed my life, got me looking at life in a whole different perspective. And if they're gonna take me to where I need to go, I always told myself, my plants is what's gonna get me rich. And I always gotta state that I don't necessarily just mean financially. I can mean spiritually, I can mean healthy, because again, if you don't have your health, all the wealth in the world don't mean nothing. So I'd rather be healthy than wealthy any day. You understand? And just check me out, YouTube. I be on the game a lot, trying to build my subscribers up. And this year I'm really gonna be making a lot of videos about cannabis, about my work, my landscaping work, just some of the things that I do, some of my past. Y'all gonna get to know me. So once again, it's 2020, first day of 2020. I was once told, if you, whatever trade or whatever you're learning or trying to do, if you was to work on that trade or skill from January 1st to December 31st every day, you'll be an expert in that. So what I'm about to start doing is, perfecting my trade, getting better at what I do, studying my plants more, and fighting for cannabis to make it legal again. Again, poppy plants need to be legal too, because again, nature, I'm more in tune with nature, and nature has shown me that no plant on this earth is illegal. So just think about that. I do dabble in kratom too. That'll probably be, another video for another day. Kratom is also another plant that I'm late learning on, but it's from Southeast Asia, Indonesia, a couple of places out there. So as of now, kratom is still good, but we got to get this cannabis movement going. So like I said, I'm in Mississippi. I'm going to study. I'm going to see what they got. Hopefully something goes on the ballot, and I'm going to start campaigning, man. Like I said, I know a lot of people who either just stop because they don't want to say nothing, or the job, which I understand, they got to keep their work. But what I'm saying is, if it's in your system, first of all, the law needs to be changed. But if it's in your system, you're good at work. If you got anything else, coke, meth, or something, okay, that's a problem. But make the law to where cannabis is legal, and if your job say you can have it in your system, that should be okay. I'm not saying go to work, on anything, but if it's in your system, you guys shouldn't be worried about that. If the law was legal. So like I said, they took something that was legal and made it illegal. That's, once I started looking into it and all that, and the history, and just Schedule 1, they put it in the same class as cocaine and heroin. Come on, y'all. Come on. So, I'm going to keep doing what I do. It's 2020. Y'all check out my videos. Raymond Michael Saunders is my Facebook. That's another good way to, get in contact with me. Hope y'all can like and subscribe. Now think about that. Anybody who's down for cannabis, y'all gotta feel me on that, man. And if you're somewhere where it's, illegal, you might need to start speaking up, looking at the laws and figuring out. Because once I learned the law side, the nature side's got my back. I just need to learn what man says, because really, nature is above man. You see what I'm saying? So for me, I don't really care. Let me just learn the man and see what they got in place, even though I know nature's already told me what man says about this plant. That's not it. You know what I mean? So, again, I have a passion for plants, y'all. This is what I do. I'm a landscaper. I'm going to start blowing up my channel this year. And, something to think about, y'all. Cannabis is not illegal. Poppy plants are not illegal. We'll get into that another day. And kratom, I started using kratom, and I like it. So trying to figure out how to get my kratom plant too. So once again, y'all keep in mind, no plant on this earth is illegal for that matter. Okay? None. So thank goodness for plants. Like I said, it opened my eyes to a whole lot. It's got me meeting new people. It's got me learning new things, and it's just changing my life for the better. So still got a long way to go, but this is what I do, YouTube. I hope everybody enjoy their night. Cannabis is not illegal, and I'm gonna need a lot of help to get this going. So y'all take care, YouTube. Y'all check me out.